everyone, it's Samantha from Scrapmaster's Paradise, and today I'm going to make this cute little box. I'm going to show you it first and then we'll get started making it. It's got a closure here with a piece of twine, and then you can just put items inside of it so it folds flat for storing. If you intend to make a bunch of these, then you just put it together like that. And there's no cutting involved in the actual shape here. So let's go ahead and get started making one of these. I'm going to need a piece of 8.5 by 11 inch cardstock. I just grabbed a green one because I'm going to make a little birthday present out of this one. Whereas this first one I made was a little thank you. So I just changed my color for this birthday one because I want it to be bright and fun. Okay, so I've got my paper lined up in the corner, and this side I'm going to score this at 2 inches, which is right here, all the way down, and then at 6.5 inches, which is right here. Okay, and then I'm going to turn it, and on this side I'm going to score it at 4.5, and at 6.5 right here. Okay, here's where it gets just a little bit complicated. I am going to use my ruler and since this score line up to this next score is 2 inches, I'm going to measure 2 inches out this way. I've got a pin here. I'm just going to measure 2 inches from that score line out this way and just mark it really lightly. And same with this side. Here's the score line. I'm going to go 2 inches this way. This is how I'm going to make that diagonal so that my box folds up nicely. I'm going to do the same thing on this side, measuring 2 inches from the score lines. And then on this side too. Okay. So I've got my little marks made, and I'm going to use my scoring tool again. And I don't have a diagonal plate for this, so if you have one of those 45-degree diagonal plates for your scoring tool, you don't have to measure your 2-inch mark. I'm going to fold everything, that way I can line things up with my scoring tool. Okay, so I'm going to start with this one. I'm just going to fold my piece up and line it up with one of the scoring lines here. So that little score mark is lined up there, and then I'm going to line up my tick mark here. Oops. I'm going to line up my tick mark that I just drew that is 2 inches apart. So that way I get left with that 45-degree line. See? So I'm going to do that on all of the sides, just lining up the score lines and the tick marks, and then making my diagonal. Oops, went off a little bit, that's okay. Same thing again, I just have to do this to each side, and it makes that 45-degree mark. Last one. Okay. I've got all my score lines here. And I'll show you on my box, I actually scored a line right at the top of those diagonals right here. And I'm not going to do that for this one, and I'll show you the difference in the two. It just made it easier for me to close the package. Well, let's get this tool out of the way. Okay, now we're going to assemble. I like my little bumpy side to be the part that's folded inside. So I'm going to fold it this way. You can see my tick marks are still there. Let's see. So ordinarily I would fold it this way, but because I have my tick marks there, I'm going to actually fold it the other way. So that way my tick marks disappear. Then when I'm folding it up, see, those open up. You're going to want those to stay opened. Same with this side. So that's how it's going to end up folding up together. So I'm going to add adhesive to the inside of these pieces and not inside of this piece right here, just up until those score lines here. I'm going to use permanent glue dots because I want this to stay put. I'm just going to add one of these glue dots in all of the little corners. Same thing on this side. Okay, and now I just fold both sides in so that they're flat. And there's my box. So what I did before, I'll show you, I went ahead and scored a line on the inside here so that when I fold the box, the sides stay more flat, whereas this one, I don't have it scored yet. So when I went and folded it, it bows out like that. So I didn't like that, so I'm going to go ahead and score the inside of this one as well. My scoring tool back, and it's just at the 2.5 line here. I'm just lightly scoring this one. It doesn't have to be very deep. Same on this side. It's just makes it fold nice and pretty. I'm not exactly hitting that line. I'm going through 2 pieces of cardstock here. I missed the line just a little bit, so that way I can fold it just a little bit on those sides, and that way this part doesn't bow out nearly as much on the sides. That just is why I did that score line. And I did not score the pattern paper on the front of this box, so it looks nice and smooth when you cover it with the pattern paper. You don't even notice that it's scored. And now I need to punch holes for my twine. And I'm just going to line up both sides and punch through all of this at the same time. That way I don't have to measure where these holes have to go. Let's see. I'm just eyeballing this part. Line it up again and then punch. Okay, so I've got my holes and I can put my twine through there. To decorate the front, I just used a piece of pattern paper. It's 4.25 inches square. It's just a piece from our December monthly kit. I just cut it down. It's part of the Love Story collection by Echo Park Paper. And then I used some pink sorbet twine on here. So I just made a square for each side, and then I added a 2-inch border and then a sentiment that says sending thanks, and that's from our Happy Banner stamp set. This set is sold out right now, but it's going to be available again starting January 31st. So it is available for pre-order now. If you want to go ahead and pick one up, make sure you get one, because they sold out the first day we released that set. So there is my finished box, and I will decorate this one for a birthday and have a picture of this on my blog. Check the details underneath this video down there, and I'll have a direct link so you can see the pictures of both of these finished boxes. Oh, that is all I've got for you today. Thanks so much for watching. Bye.